It took me 5 years to learn how to do an all scissor haircut, but I'm gonna teach you in just 18 minutes. So let's get straight into it. You can see that my client hair is extremely overgrown, has a bunch of weight to it. And you can see at the bottom, he has 2 cowlicks that is turning the back of his head into a ducktail. One on the right side and one on the left side. And you can see it's created this little crazy ducktail. And his hair is just very overgrown, very thick, very curly. And we wanna do an all scissor haircut where it can look way neater and keep some curl in front of his face. So these are the tools that we're gonna start with. We're gonna start with a water bottle, a comb, and some scissors. And the first thing that you have to do is you have to wet all this hair down. You wanna get it saturated. And also when you're doing this, you're keeping into account the hair texture that they have, their growth pattern, you know, what way is it flowing? That's why you have to do a thorough consultation. Now, let's get straight into it. The first step is we got a section. The section, we need to find the swirl. So you can see I comb the hair back and I see where the hair is naturally starting to part. And now I'm gonna go and work with those parts of the hair. I'm gonna work with the growth pattern of the hair. I can see right here, he has a cowlick in the front and it's gonna connect to the swirl in the back. This is just to understand how his hair naturally parts. And you can see it's round going straight into the swirl. I'm gonna comb all that hair away. But now I want to section off the entirety of the top from the sides. So let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and take from that swirl to the corner of his hairline. And now I can go and part that out. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. From that swirl that we found in the beginning, I'm going to go to the corner of his hairline. This is going to help me section the top from the sides and keep it very full. Comb all the hair away. And because the hair is naturally wet, it's going to stay exactly where you leave it. Now, if you want to really make sure that that hair doesn't get into the way, I definitely will suggest that you guys grab some clips. The clips is just to keep the hair out the way. And now you can see we have the top sectioned off from the sides and we have the top split down the middle, just so whenever we go later into this tutorial, you're going to see why I have to do that. So now this is how we start. We start by creating a U-shaped band around this whole head. So I'm gonna pull the hair out to the exact length that I want. And how did I figure out this length? Well, we talked about it inside of the consultation. Now you can see that every time I take a section, I'm literally taking one step with my body so I can always keep it square to my chest. I'm pulling this hair out to my chest. So I just want you guys to imagine that. And we're gonna go one section at a time, and then I'm going to restart in the back so I can carry over to the next section. Now it's very important that you do it this way because it's gonna help you to keep an even length. The thing that you don't want is you don't want it to be longer on one side than the other side. So that's why you guys wanna see that I'm doing very tight sections. I'm moving one block at a time and I'm always taking a step and making sure to pull it to my chest. Now you guys can see I have a U-shaped band on the top of his head. This band is responsible for the weight of the haircut. And now I'm gonna take a 1-inch section and I want you to see how I'm angling my fingers to the bottom to find the short point that was naturally there from his previous cut. And I can see my other short point at the top of the section, and all I'm gonna do is connect it. Now we have to do the whole right side that same way. Take my comb, knock out a section, pull it straight towards me. I can see my 2 short points and I can connect it right there. Now at the bottom of this haircut, I am going to use clippers. So that's why I'm just angling my fingers so that it can be tighter at the bottom. Look at the angle that I have on my fingers. I'm closer to the scalp at the bottom of my fingers. And we just go one section at a time. And if you ever get lost, you just have to pick your hair up and find that same guide. That guide is with you for the entirety of the haircut, but that's also why I think it's one of the most important steps. So we go one section at a time, each section only like 1 inch wide. If your sections are too big, what ends up happening is your haircut's gonna be not the same length. It's gonna be very uneven. So it may look like more work to do a lot of sections, but you're saving yourself a lot of time and having to go back and like redo something. And as long as you guys are finding the guide at the top and angling your fingers down towards the bottom, at least for this style of haircut, you're gonna be in a great spot every single time. It's super important that you learn a system when it comes to hair cutting. And if you learn a system and it's a good system and you continue to practice that system, you'll be able to do haircuts like this without really even thinking about it. Another thing too, you know, whether you're a barber or whether you're a hairstylist, you know, these haircuts are extremely popular and they're pretty rare. Honestly, they're pretty rare. So if you can learn how to do them, like, your clientele is going to grow because people want these haircuts. So I want you to see, this is how it's looking like right now, just after our first pass with the scissors. And I like to kind of comb the hair just to see how everything's laying. You can see I still need to go ahead and do a little bit of clipper work there at the bottom. But what I'm showing you guys right now is that I want it to be tapered. So that means that towards his hairline, I want the hair to be a lot shorter. So I'm gonna go back in and I'm going to cut some of that extra length so that it can lay a lot tighter. This is where I'm placing my fingers right on his head and I'm just connecting that longer length into more of a finger length towards the area that I want to taper. Now the reason why it's finger length is because my finger length with scissors is about a number 4 guard with my clippers. So this is me essentially preparing to do a little bit of clipper work at the bottom because my client did not like the rat tail in the back. So when you have these growth patterns and these cowlicks, there's either 2 things you can do. You can either grow the hair out so long that you can take over and manipulate it regardless of, you know, the growth patterns and the cowlicks, or you can cut it so short that, you know, it doesn't stand a chance and you can just, you don't really have to worry about it. So what does that look like for this haircut? It looks like tapering the hairline down with the clippers so that it looks really full and that it doesn't stick out like a rat tail. So now you see my fingers right on his scalp and you can see how everything is still blending in. I'm just tapering towards the hairline. And trust me guys, like, I know that when it comes to these type of haircuts, barbers have a horrible reputation. You know, a lot of these clients that I've been getting, that I've been filming these videos on, a lot of them used to actually go to hair salons because they would always get their haircut botched at the barbershop after growing it out for several months. So, you know, whether you're a cosmetologist or whether you're doing this type of haircut at home or whether you're a barber, it doesn't matter. These haircuts are trendy, they are timeless, and they're in super high demand. So I'm gonna be posting a lot of videos like this, helping you guys to learn how can you bring, you know, the scissors and the clippers together to be able to personalize the haircuts and give your clients the look that they want. Now you can see here, the reason why that we're gonna do this right now is we're gonna connect the top into the sides. Everything behind the ears, I'm going to connect into that same U-shaped band that I set up in the beginning. So this is where you can see I'm finding that line underneath, and everything that is in front of the ear, I'm gonna cut in a downwards angle because I wanna keep the front a little bit longer, but yet still flow into the back. So my fingers, you can see, is pointed down towards his eye. This is helping me to keep it longer in the front. And I wanted to make sure that I connected the hair correctly, and that's why I separated it down the middle with his natural part. And now you can see that I have it longer in the front, but yet everything is still combing and flowing into the back piece. And now we'll get on to the other side. Now this side, he wanted to keep a little bit of like a curl in the front. He wanted almost like a little bit to fall onto his face and curl up. So it's the same thing. Everything that is behind the ear, I'm gonna pull it straight to me. I'm gonna find the hair underneath that is already cut. That's my guide. Using the fine teeth of my comb with tension, taking one step at a time. Everything behind the ear, we are going to connect. Now, when it comes to everything that is in front of the ear, that's where we're gonna go ahead with that downwards angle. This is gonna help us blend into the back, but also keep that length in the front so his hair could curl up. Now you can see that I didn't force myself to cut hair because it was already a good length. And that's why I kind of like waved my fingers at you guys, like don't cut hair just for the sake of cutting hair. Now we're just making sure everything blends in. Now everything that is in the middle point back, like the middle of his head back, that's the hair that I'm gonna be cutting. Just because the front was already a really good length when he came in, so I didn't really wanna go ahead and cut it just for the sake of cutting it because it already looked good. Now everything that is behind, that was way too long, so we had to cut that. So you can see I'm taking a solid 1.5 to 2 inches off of the back part. And this just helps the hair to not be so long that it just falls over onto the sides, but it can stay on top how it is right now. Now we're gonna go ahead and kind of tie it into the front. So you can see I'm taking off a little bit less, but this just helps it to blend into the front. Now everything that is in the front, we're gonna keep it that exact same length just because it is a really, really, really good length. Now, when it comes to the sides, this is my number 6 guard on my clipper, and I'm just feeding it. I'm just feeding it into the scissor work that I did. I'm not demolishing the scissor work. I'm not taking it out, but I'm just feeding into the scissor work. Now, this is my number 4 guard. Oh no, that was my number 5 guard. This is my number 4 guard. Yeah, so we went 6, which was like that purple guard. The black was the 5 guard. Now this is the 4 guard. And we're just tapering it right down towards the hairline. And then we're just gonna go ahead and line it up. So you can see that it's still very full and very dark, but it looks a lot neater. It looks a lot nicer. It's almost like that businessman, almost flow look that he could still style a little bit messy on the weekends, but look a lot more professional in the office. And what I'll do right here is I'll just comb all the hair down, and just with my trimmers, I'm just going ahead and lining it up so that whenever he brushes his hair back, it doesn't fall on top of his ears. And that's why you see me combing it and combing it and combing it, because I just want to make sure that nothing's going to fall over that line. Now, when it comes to the back, it's the exact same thing. Remember when I was going and taking my fingers and kind of getting them tighter to the head? It's because I knew that I was going to go with the number 6 guard and feed into it exactly how I'm doing right now. So I'm just combing the hair back down. I'm just feeding into it with the 6 guard, and I'm keeping this as low as possible, because the whole purpose of doing this is just to make sure that he doesn't have that rat tail in the back of his head. Now, this is my number 5 guard right here, and I'm just going straight into the 6. I'm not going as high as I went into the 6. I'm going a little bit lower. And now this is my number 4 guard. Going straight into the number 5. You can see how low I'm keeping it. Like look at the light spots in his hairline and how I'm barely going above those light spots. Now, same thing. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna line everything up. And if there's any like specific haircuts that you guys wanna see, you guys want a tutorial on, like this is where the comment section is gonna come into play, guys. Because I'm looking at my page and I'm seeing what you guys are liking, and I'm just aiming to do more of that. I just really wanna help out. You can see right here, this is just me tapering the hairline a little bit more. a little bit of like trimmer over comb just at the base of the hairline. That just helps the hairline to be a little bit shorter, taper it down more, and just have more longevity, which just means that it'll last longer. Now look at that crazy light spot in his hairline. That's going to be where I start because I want to keep it as low as possible, but I want to make sure that we can knock that out. So that's going to be where I start the hairline. And we're just gonna go straight across. You can see how low I really went with those clippers. And now you can see I'm using the fine teeth of my comb and I'm using my blending shears. And I'm just hitting the tips of the hair. I feel like that's where people a lot of times will mess up with the blending shears. Is that they'll go and they'll take these big chunks of hair, you know, because they wanna just blend that line in. When in reality, you really just wanna hit the tips of the hair so you can keep it as long as possible, but yet still blend it in. Because that's the point, right? The point is to blend out the hair, to blend out the lines that you see from your clip work into your scissor work or just within your scissor work. Now we're gonna go ahead and style his hair up. This, we're purposely using a diffuser just because I want to maintain his curl pattern and his wave pattern. So I just really want to dry the hair in the same position that it's in. Now with this, I did use a little bit of indestructible clay from Tomb 45. And yeah, guys, you can see that this is the haircut coming together. We're gonna have the final result coming up here soon. Guys, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this channel and what it's gonna be. I really want you guys to use up that comment section all constructive criticism or things you need help with, any questions. I'm gonna do my absolute best. I do have my other social channels, you know, my TikTok and my Instagram, and all of that stuff has a lot more mini tutorials like this, little tips and tricks and technique videos as well. And we have a lot of stuff coming to the channel. So let me know how you guys like this haircut. If it's easy to follow, if you guys miss any steps along the way, just so these videos can be a lot better. I think it came out super fire. It's like a flowy scissor, just kind of like businessy haircut, but he still has like the Superman curls in the front. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks dope. I cannot wait to see you guys on the next video. All right, peace.